Hey guys, Dan here with Sterling Self-Defense. All right, well, guys been bugging me for weeks now about the whole intrubuster thing, and I've had one for about 3 weeks now. I didn't want to do any videos on it because I knew, Badger, really? I'm telling a story here. Go. So I didn't want to do any videos with them. I know other guys did, but this one coming out of Taiwan and with the stupidest name you've ever seen for a marker, I was very leery. As we know, a lot of stuff that comes out of China, mainland mostly, is a lot of clone stuff and stolen tech. So I didn't want to put out a video on these until I knew for sure. And first off the bat, I bought mine and it broke. So I was like, well, let me contact them. And no phone number, number one, no one to talk to, no chat working. So I emailed them, and it took about 2 weeks to even get an email back. So I knew that was super shady. I didn't want to break the gun apart yet. So I was going to wait till they got back to me. Finally got back to me in an email, and most of it was in Chinese. So, yeah. So there goes that. So I had a feeling that it was probably not their technology. They weren't lawfully allowed to be using it. And I knew the company out in Finland made a gun exactly like this. So had a feeling it was, one of the stolen clone copies. Just like the guys do with my parts. They take the part, they send it to China, they have it cloned, and they go on eBay and sell it. Any part you see it looks like mine on eBay, it's a cheap Chinese fucking clone that they make. That's what the guys are doing now. They get them freaking parts from China. You get them cheaper than I can actually make a part for. Cheaper than I can get the aluminum for. That's why I do it. They can make it cheap and sell it over in the States and all over Europe for a ton of money. But anyway, so I didn't put out videos because of that. And then we just got the word today, finally came through. They took it off their site. It's not theirs. And the guy over at Air Gunner gave, you can watch his video. He's got more information than me. He talked to, MCS, and they're selling the actual one that's legal, the Finnish one. So I have it, and I tore it apart and fixed it and got it working, modified it a little bit, put a longer barrel on, but this isn't a legal one. This intrubuster, worst name ever, isn't the one. Isn't legal anyway. It may be a clone. I got these on order. This is the company that actually makes them legally and invented them. This company, Mercy Rise just copied them with that stupid-ass name. But this is the real company anyway. I got them on the way. I'm interested to pull them apart and see how good a job they did cloning them. Usually they're exactly the same. I'll give China that. The one thing I thought in the beginning, they may have been real because it came out of Taiwan. Usually stuff that comes out of Taiwan is usually more legal than compared to mainland China. Mainland China, you can send them anything, and they'll clone it. They don't care. You can send them Harley Davidson, they'll send you back 10 Harley Davidsons that are cloned. They don't care about, you can't sue them, you can't do anything to them anyway, because it's basically the country and the government you're going after. And they're slaves. But anyway, okay, might as well, now that I know this, off the bat, this is not a legal version. This is a clone. But it's probably going to end up being the same thing. But I got bored, so I took it apart and did fix it. It was a problem in the sear. It's got some real tiny little springs in the sear that connect to the trigger. And that was the problem. Fixed that going. So now I'm going to test it. I did a little extension barrel on it, but, 1.25 inch extension. And put a nice little, brake on. That's kind of between a brake and a mock suppressor. But see what kind of numbers we get. Because as we know, the longer the barrel, the more fire you get. All right. You coming, Badger? Let's go. Hey, Zach. Yep, we're shooting guns. You might want to run. Oh, sorry. Let me turn the light on here. All right. Let me get rid of these crap balls. Put some real jewels in there. I gotta go get some jewels. Oh, yeah, my trap is wearing apart again. Oh, a mess. This fiberglass does make a mess, though. There's one I dropped. And I clean them off. Let's get CO2. And a lot of guys ask me, what kind of CO2 should I use? The CO2 does not matter. I know a lot of guys say, oh, this one's dirty, this one's got blah, 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 oil, not. CO2 doesn't matter. All the years I'm doing this, CO2 does, any kind of CO2, Craftsman, whatever, Chinese, doesn't matter. I've never seen any difference. CO2 is CO2. The CO2 you want to buy is the cheapest CO2 you can find. All right, load her up, loads that way, facing down. And another good thing about this one's got an air release. A lot of these quick charge ones don't have an air release. You got to hold the trigger or hold down the little button in the back. This one's got a twist release. You want to let the air out, you just twist it. I do like that. Real nice frame. Like this lot, they put a Picatinny rail. About freaking time somebody did that. You know, this is pretty close to the gun I had all designed to build myself. You know, basically, they did a big. There's no adjustment on this thing too, so it is what it is. It shoots what it shoots. And Mercy Rise was calling it a paintball marker. This can never be used for paintball because you can't turn it down. To play paintball, you got to turn it down to 280 feet per second with 4 gram. This you cannot use this for paintball. Guys will be dropping like fucking flies and you'll go to jail. So don't try and use one of these for paintball, even the one that's coming out. If you don't have an adjustment, you can't set it down and make it legal for paintball. All right. Good mag. I like the D10 holds it in. Real nice. Kind of like the Burno one. Doesn't fling the balls all over the place. Not a big fan of their D10s the way they did this, but, you know, you can always improve that later. All right, 6 rounds. Load her up. All aired up. All right, so remember this one's slightly modified with longer barrel and little break on there. All right, first shot. 408. 386, 376, 366, 386, 338, and a couple shots left, and the mag's not big enough. Could use a little extended mag, but they really utilize well the CO2. It's very efficient, and let me show you that. You want to let the air out, let's give it a turn. But it's a good design. It breaks up liquid from slugging in, so it really makes it efficient. So great numbers throughout the whole mag. Got a real big air chamber. I don't recommend guys opening these up. These are going to be a lot more complicated than most of the ones you're used to, and they got a lot of little springs that are very easy to lose. I didn't like. We'll see when the new one comes out. Then I'll talk some more about it because this one may be just a cheap copy, and it's not the same as the actual finished one that invented it. So you know what? I'll hold back any reviews on the internals until I get the legal one, the guys that actually invented it over in Finland. When I get one of theirs in, which will be coming this week, I got a bunch of them coming in, then I'll go over all the internals because they may have changed something in the Taiwanese clone version. They may have changed some of the internals. But great numbers, big numbers, and you can see, you know, just a little, small little fucking add-on to the barrel adds a lot of power. So good numbers all the way across the mag. Nice, love the upper, great. This one I'll probably just, well, I'm going to take all this off. I'll sandblast it down, sear coat it black, because their name shouldn't be on it anyway. So it'll look a lot better, but it's a real nice body design. Good aluminum work. I love the Picatinny rail up top. Nice block sights. But that's it. So that's the clone intrubuster, whatever you want to call it. Dumbest name ever. Should have been the first clue that there was something going on here. But, you know, now that I know this full story, I was able to wait and do the video. I know a lot of guys put them out earlier, and they're bugging me to put it out. But I didn't want to put it out till I knew if this was, you know, legal or not. Now, I know it's not legal. This is just a cloner. But when I get the new one in, I'll do a full open box and review on that one. All right, guys, stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.